So you're looking for some side hustles. Well, I've got some doozies for you today. These are side hustles that are scalable, and it's something fresh. I can promise you some of these you've likely never even heard of before. And at the end of this video, I'm going to give you some ideas on how to scale these side hustles to the next level. So let's get into it. This is the Income Series. I'm Brian Clark, and this is my channel, the Income Series. Just remember to click the like button. This video took me hours to put together, and it's the compilation of years of life experience. Look at it, click it. Okay, so the first side hustle we're going to be talking about today is teaching English online. This is one of the easiest things you can start doing. It requires no capital to get started. I've known people that have done this all over the world. So if you're Jason Bourne and you've gone off grid, this may be a good option for you. As long as English is your first language, this is a great opportunity. And one of the great things about this is you can work a full-time job in the United States and then teach English online in the evening. Because most of these students are over in China, so they work on a completely different time schedule than what we do in the United States. So as long as you're not into binging on late night reruns of Gossip Girl, this might fit into your schedule. Generally speaking, if you're teaching English online, you can make anywhere between $15 to $20 an hour starting. I've known people though, once they start teaching, they build their own contacts and they start their own business doing it, and they make anywhere between $25 to $35 an hour. And they do this just by using Skype or Zoom calls. What I love about this hustle is it really takes very little effort to get into. As long as you speak English, it's one of those things that anybody can do, and it is somewhat scalable. Okay, hustle number two is a little bit similar. It's about being a tutor. I have friends that have built 6-figure and 7-figure businesses just in the tutoring industry. So you can start off with it just being a side hustle, but if you want to grow it into something more, it's definitely scalable. That's what I love about this specific hustle. Now, tutors can get paid anywhere between $25 and $80 an hour, and a lot of that is about how technical the subject matter is that you're covering. Now, if you just want to tutor kids at a young age, somebody that just needs a little more one-on-one attention when they're doing their homework or helping them get through the school year, that is totally possible as well. So you don't need to be a genius for this. Do you have a pulse? Can you do 4th grade math? You're hired. On to hustle number 3, being a copywriter. Now, there are literally millions of website owners that need new content written for their websites every single day. And as long as you can write in fluent English and have decent grammar, you can do extremely well in this. What I love about this hustle is you can do it anywhere. And I know a lot of people that have turned this into full-time careers and they've scaled it. They start out by getting contracts. They'll hire new people to write for them. So this is definitely one of those hustles that you can use to eventually replace your job. Now, the beauty about this is you can do it from anywhere. When I've lived and traveled abroad, I've had friends where this is literally what they do. They live in a third world country. They're making great money writing articles, and they have a very comfortable living standard because of it. If you enjoy sultry romance novels about ergonomic chairs, this gig is for you. Now, you can make anywhere between 5 cents and $1 per word, depending on your experience. That can lead to some really good money. And what I like about this is if you're thinking about getting into the affiliate marketing or SEO space, building a website of your own, this is a great way to get started. On to the next hustle. Now, everybody talks about Airbnb as being a great side hustle, and I agree. Airbnb is a great side hustle. If you have an apartment and you have an extra bedroom that you can rent out, oftentimes you only need about a 30% occupancy rate just to be able to pay your rent. Just depends on where the market is at. But there's other side hustles you can do with Airbnb as well. So one of the things that I recommend that you do, especially if you don't have extra space in your apartment to rent out, is to actually do Airbnb management for people. If you offer cleaning services, help them schedule, and do all of the work for them, you can make good money doing this. And I've had friends here in Puerto Rico that do just that. When they're in between jobs, they'll go ahead and help friends turn over Airbnbs, take on that cleaning fee, do whatever they need to kind of make that happen. Some people actually make this a full-on business as well. You can offer up these services on Craigslist, get a ton of contracts, and then move forward from there. Even hire people to help you with the turning over of these Airbnb units. Just go into this expecting the worst when you're cleaning the bathrooms. Okay, this next side hustle is one of my favorites, and it's actually something that I do that I scaled up into a business, and that's to provide marketing services for local businesses. So there's so many businesses out there that need help with their directory listings, their social media marketing, and even their SEO. And these are all things that you can learn and you don't need a bunch of revenue to get started into it. One of the big ones is helping businesses create their own Google My Business account, helping them get set up on Facebook and Yelp, and getting in front of their audience. You would be surprised how many local businesses do not know how to build a brand, and they are missing out on tons of revenue because they rely on word of mouth advertising. Okay, on to the next hustle, working as a nanny. Now, over in Seattle, there are tons of au pairs. These are people from a foreign country that come to the United States to babysit and take care of kids full-time for a family. As a result of that experience, I've known tons of people in the childcare industry, and they can make really good money just working part-time. I've known nannies that make anywhere between $20 to $30 an hour, and they don't even have a college degree. Much of this income is usually under the table, so they're not even reporting it and paying taxes on it. No, I'm not saying don't report your taxes. Report your taxes. That's something that everybody should do. But being a nanny is a great job. As long as you're trustworthy and you can build rapport with the family, you can help them out on date nights. A lot of people just want a night off, or they want to go on a date night, or they want to be able to go away for the weekend. And if you're available, you can make some really good money. Now, here's another one, and it should be obvious to you, but it's about driving Uber. I know. This one isn't scalable, but just go with me on this one. So many people drive Uber as a side hustle or even turn it into a full-time job, making anywhere between $15 to $20 an hour. If you're available at peak times or you know the routes that you should go in order to make the most money, it's something that you can make a living off of. Now, the option to drive for Uber isn't going to be around forever. We know that self-driving cars are coming. If that was your plan, blame Elon Musk for crushing your dreams. So if you're going to get into that as a side hustle, just remember that it's not forever. Now, this next side hustle is a popular one. It's about flipping stuff on Craigslist. There's a lot of items that go up for free or they're low cost because the owners don't want to deal with them anymore. They don't want to get rid of them themselves, so they'll just essentially give them away. If you're willing to put in the effort to go pick up those items, clean those items, and then list them for a profit, you can actually do pretty decent with this, especially if you offer delivery as a service. There's tons of people out there that need a new couch or they need a new bed, but they don't have a truck or some type of vehicle to carry it. This is really the inefficiency in the market that you can exploit in Craigslist Marketplace. Some popular items I've noticed are couches, bed mattresses, and lawn care equipment, all of which can be carried with 1 to 2 people. Other popular items are retro-style items or video games. Retro electronics retain some level of value, but I would recommend avoiding electronics that have more of a utilitarian use, like big screen TVs, laptop computers. Selling those items requires much more expertise and is much more time sensitive. Now, here's some ideas on how you can scale these side hustles to the next level. Sure, you can just do these on the weekends, but if you want to make a real business out of it, here's some things you need to think about. Once you have a registered business, that gives you a whole new level of flexibility of where you can take this side hustle. I want you to be thinking about not just getting contracts with individuals, but getting contracts with businesses, with local government, and even with the federal government. And just so you know that this isn't out of reach, I've known women, it's a one-person company. They start a brand new cleaning business and they take on military contracts doing cleaning services. The government likes to reward small businesses with contracts. If they think that you're capable of actually doing the job, there's still a good chance that you're going to get it. And this is where the purpose of this whole video comes into play. I want you to experience a new level of wealth that you haven't achieved yet in life. And this can happen by growing a simple side hustle. If you have a long-term vision of where you can take this, you can do extremely well. Even if your initial side hustle isn't ultimately what makes you wealthy, it might give you the experience that you need or the motivation to move into something else. Being successful financially is often about experiences, and being an entrepreneur is about trying new things. I cannot tell you how many different side hustles or businesses that I've started, and it only takes 1 or 2 to hit to give you that financial independence that you're looking for. So you can start with something small, and you can start with something that doesn't take much of an investment. Just get in the game. If you guys haven't already, click the subscribe button, look at it, click it, and you guys have a good day.